Live from downtown Detroit, home of WDIV and Click on Detroit, Local 4 News at 6 starts now.
New tonight, the Local 4 defenders give us an inside look at the chilling plans detailed within the journal of the defendant in the Oxford school shooting, Ethan Crumbley. That journal was with the 15-year-old student on November 30th.
It was in his backpack along with a handgun when Crumbley was in his school counselor's office with his parents. Local 4 defender Sean Lay has a look at the journal that lays out sinister plans to shoot classmates. And Sean, it also contains cries for help, too.
Absolutely. I got a look at 2 pages of this journal. Let me give you 4 things written by Ethan Crumbley on 2 of these pages, like, I will tell close friends not to come the day of the shooting. He writes, I have lost every hope of life. Also writes, help me, and I want to shoot up the school so badly. And that is just the start. The Local 4 defenders obtaining these key photos from the Oxford school shooting. That is Ethan Crumbley's backpack on the bathroom floor, where he first pulled this semi-automatic handgun from that backpack and began his horrific shooting spree. Also inside the backpack, Ethan Crumbley's journal, where in chilling detail, Crumbley lists his entire school shooting plan. The gun and the plan all in the backpack and with Crumbley in his school counselor's office before the shooting. Buck Meir, father of victim Tate Meir, and his attorney Ben Johnson say the counselor and other Oxford officials just needed to look in the backpack.
Look in that backpack.
Guys, in the backpack,
right?
The gun and
right. That's
and the journal.
Let's break down just some of what is written on 2 pages of the journal. It reads, quote, my name is Ethan Robert Crumbley. I want the world to remember me. There's a checklist, a 9mm pistol with extra mags, 2 to 5 Molotov cocktails, flares, gloves, hat, jacket, mask, and knife. Crumbley writes that he will exit the classroom and, quote, then shoot any girl pretty in the back of the head. I will shoot anyone I see, aiming for their head. I will then find a full class and throw Molotov cocktails in there. Crumbley goes on to write, quote, I will continue shooting people until police breach the building. I will then surrender to them and plead guilty to life in prison. The gun, the plan, the backpack, Ethan Crumbley, his parents, and school counselor were all together hours before the shooting. Here's Local 4 legal analyst Neil Rockheim.
The reason that this is such an important watershed landmark case is that all of this happens together at the same time with the parents, with the counselor. It is, in my view, a failure, an institutional failure of catastrophic proportion across the board.
Again, we're getting a look at 2 pages of the journal. I'm told there are more than 20 pages of the journal. Every word, I'm told, will be read at Ethan Crumbley's trial and at the trial for his parents, who are charged with involuntary manslaughter. I'm Defender Sean Lay, Local 4. Back to you.
Just gut-wrenching, absolutely gut-wrenching, Sean.
Well, in some parts of Metro Detroit, snowflakes have pretty much continued to fall right throughout the day.
And we're in for a very modest weekend warm-up. Let's get over to Paul for the forecast, Paulie.
Yeah, hey there. And the flakes that we're seeing here now on Storm Tracker 4 are generally non-consequential. They are basically, most of this is in fact flurries. So really not much anything that's going to grease up the roads this evening. So we're fine from that department. And hey, look at our Mount Clemens sky cam. Oh, that's great. You're seeing a crack of sun there. How about that? That's a pretty good way to end the day. Basically mid-20s across the area. Most of our wind chills are in the teens right now, but notice the wind has gone dead calm at Howell, so wind chill is the same temperature as the temperature. All right. This evening, we're going to see those temps continue to drop through the evening, getting down to about 20 by midnight if you're heading out. And again, just some snow flurries around, and those will be diminishing. And then we get to talk about this little warm-up for the weekend. We're going to do that in just a few moments. But don't forget, the Local Forecasters app has exactly what you need. You can get anything you want on there. We even have earthquakes. We have tropical weather. And by the way, our real-time radar works in Europe, too. You can slide the map over to Europe and see what's going on over there, too. Just go to the App Store, search under WDIV. It's free, guys.
All right, Paul. Biden administration announced today it will join the European Union in imposing direct sanctions on the Russian President, Vladimir Putin. Few details given so far, except that the sanctions will include a travel ban. That as Russian forces continued their advance into Ukraine and appear to be closing in on the capital. Tension and fear mounting in Ukraine. The capital city of Kyiv lit up overnight. This bridge leading from Russian-held Crimea into the main part of Ukraine is where President Volodymyr Zelensky says the most intense fighting has taken place and where his army was able to push back Russian troops. Residents across the country fleeing for their lives.
We don't know what's going to happen here next. I think the best thing right now is to be safe, is not be here.
Ukrainian leaders, including former President Petro Poroshenko, encouraging those staying to take up arms to defend Ukraine.
We are standing in line for the weapons. We are standing in line to give our blood to our soldiers.
Even as air raid sirens wailed, Russia continued its propaganda campaign, claiming its troops are there on a peacekeeping mission.
Nobody is going to attack the people of Ukraine. Nobody is going to somehow degrade the Ukrainian armed forces. We are talking about preventing neo-Nazis and those promoting genocide from ruling this country.
Zelensky says the latest U.S. sanctions against Moscow are not enough.
This morning we are defending our country alone. Just like yesterday, the most powerful country in the world looked on from a distance. Russia was hit with sanctions yesterday, but these are not enough to get these foreign troops off our soil. Only through solidarity and determination can this be achieved.
Situation, of course, changes by the hour. So ahead at 6:30, NBC Nightly News live with the very latest from the Ukrainian capital, where some are preparing to fight back against the invaders. And you'll also see what's happening in Poland, one of the places Ukrainians have sought refuge. That's all ahead at 6:30 on NBC Nightly News with Lester Holt.
The global auto industry is keeping a close watch on the crisis in Ukraine, and there is considerable concern about what could happen if this conflict goes on a long time or if it spreads. Local 4 business editor Rod Maloney is live tonight with a look at why some industry executives are on edge. Rod.
Yeah, Kimberly, think about this. If you're an auto executive, let's take a look at your average minivan, which I'm standing or kneeling down in front of here. There's an exhaust system right here. You can see it. And inside the exhaust system is a catalytic converter. Inside the catalytic converter is palladium. Where do we get a lot of our palladium? Russia. And so if you're an executive, now you have to start thinking about where you're going to source palladium going forward. The better news for automakers right now is that there are no plants or vehicle production that might shut down immediately as a result of the invasion, and that's at least for now. Instead, this is a supplier concern. IHS Markit auto analyst Stephanie Brindley told us today.
This level of instability adds to the ongoing issues that the auto industry and most manufacturing industries have been struggling with for the last couple of years.
What she means by that is the pesky semiconductor shortage problem, and its increased costs just got tougher.
There's a potential for a restriction in neon gas that comes out of Ukraine that is used in producing semiconductor chips, which could then theoretically slow down semiconductor chip production, which is an ongoing issue.
Automakers depend on and lean heavily also on the supplier base in a crisis like this. And so Julie Freem, CEO of the Original Equipment Suppliers Association here in Metro Detroit, is out tonight with a statement. She's saying to her membership, quote, "In the wake of Russia's invasion of the Ukraine, OESA is closely monitoring associated actions, such as sanctions and debt restrictions that may have an impact on automotive suppliers and the supply chain. Things are moving rapidly, and as they continue to evolve, we are working to keep suppliers aware of the changing situation and potential implications for their businesses," end quote. So essentially right now, they've got the radar out trying to figure out where the problems are. There is one thing we know for certain here, however, and that is that no matter what happens, it's going to become more expensive to build cars, which means more expensive for the customer. Back to you.
Indeed. So, Rod, I'm curious, what are you hearing is the biggest concern for automakers as they look at this whole situation?
Well, the biggest concern is that whole notion of where you're going to source material. Okay, so the chip shortage is a classic example. If you need more chips, you got to build a plant to make the chips. How long does it take to make a plant? A couple of years, maybe 3. So we're 3 years out from having that new supply into the system. And when you talk about a number of varying different issues like this across the supply chain, there's a lot of sweat beads on a lot of executive heads tonight.
Sure, I can see that. Okay, Rod, thanks.
Latest on the coronavirus now. The state reporting 3,120 new cases since Wednesday. So Michigan averaging 1,500 new cases a day over the last 2 days. That's a 7-day moving average now of 1,293 going back to February 18th. 96 more deaths have been reported, that since Wednesday. Meanwhile, new guidance from the CDC is loosening indoor mask requirements. It's the first revision of the agency's indoor mask guidance since July of last.
Well, today was the annual Go Red for Women luncheon, a chance to raise money and awareness about the importance of women's heart health. It's an issue that hits close to home with this year's MC, our very own Mara McDonald.
I think most women give and give and give, and they run and run and run, to the point that all of a sudden they have placed everybody else's needs above theirs, and all of a sudden they start having health problems.
It's a situation Mara has witnessed firsthand. Her power mother, Ruth, has fought through heart trouble for more than 20 years.
If you don't have your rhythm, if you're not feeling good, and if you're not taking care of you, how are you going to take care of anybody else?
Today, the American Heart Association urged everyone to reclaim your rhythm and make their own health a priority.
80% of the deaths could be avoided through lifestyle changes, and it's personal for me as well. My mother had a stroke last year, and it stripped her of her mobility. And if she would have just understood the signs, she could have prevented that mobility, lack of mobility.
For survivors, the message is simple.
Everyone needs to be proactive when they start feeling something that's going on very unusual with themselves. And you got to act on it. You got to act on it as soon as possible.
You really do. And if you're ready to reclaim your rhythm, go to our website, click on Detroit.com and type Heart Month into the search bar. You'll find all kinds of ways to improve your health and inspiring stories to get you motivated as well.